So, ang mga kailangan para ma-access, okay, so para ma-promote yung accessibility ng isang restaurant for PWDs, kailangan nila ng entryways na kayang makapasok ang mga PWDs. Hindi yung entryways na maraming hagyan. Kasi those persons, especially who are riding on a wheelchair or have mobility impairments, cannot climb the stairs or even cross parking spaces full of cars. So, kailangan yung way para sa PWDs can give them comfort. Okay, so ang gagawin is update the entryways. Kailangan yung entryways direkta or diretso na without any stairs. Kung meron man na paakyat like may second floor, ang kailangan doon is kailangan mag-establish ng ramp. Yung ramp is kabaliktaran ng stairs. Yung pwedeng makatawid yung wheelchair patungo doon. Okay. So, people with disabilities, especially those, okay, tapos na tayo dyan. So, marami pang dapat i-update, yung elevators, automatic doors, and handicap. So, those are the process of measuring and accommodating PWD's comfort and accessibility. Another part is, okay, ito naman na isa, people who are blind. These are for the blind or people with sensory impairments. Ang kailangan is access them, like giving braille menus for their tables. So, isearch nyo kung ano yung braille menus. Pag sinabi nating braille, those are the written notes capable of so those are the written notes that used by the blind persons in order for them to read, even though they cannot see. So, furthermore, for guests with partial vision, printing menus with sans serif fonts and larger font size would help them. So, ganun yung example ng pag-access ng customers with impairments. Ganun yung pag-adjust ng isang restaurants para sa mga taong may physical disabilities. Okay, with hearing loss, hiring employee with knowledge of ASL or sign language. So, in order for those persons with hearing loss to understand everything that the staff are saying, they need an ASL. They need an employee with knowledge about ASL or sign language. Okay. So, comes to installing accessible bathrooms. Restaurants must accommodate guests with impairments. So, lahat lahat ng facilities ng isang restaurants kailangan may adjust para sa kapakanan ng PWDs. Ganun yung pag-access, yung pag-accommodate at pag-measures para sa comfort and accessibility of PWDs or people with impairments. Okay, how about PWD satisfactions to restaurants' performances for their rights and accessibility? Anong related literature or books ang pwede natin gamitin dito? So, the topic is all about the satisfactions to restaurants' performance. So, dito, meron tayong written works from Sichel Heisen, 2020. So, sa first paragraph, dinefine niya muna kung ano yung satisfaction of PWDs with restaurants performance. Kung ano yung kahalagahan ng customer satisfactions to restaurants performance, especially the satisfaction of PWDs or customers or impaired customers. Okay, so it points out that customer satisfaction is necessary for the success of a restaurant. So dito sa part na ito, dinefine niya kung ano yung mga kahalagahan ng customer satisfaction for the restaurant. Okay, so maraming mahalagang dulot yung customer satisfaction sa restaurant. Katulad ng it could promote their business. Like, magiging sikat or popular yung business nila sa ibang lugar o sa ibang tao dahil sa pag-accommodate nila sa mga taong may kapansanan. Okay, so there are also some possibilities na that employee would be promoted onto the job. Like, he could be a manager of their business. Those are the significance of customer satisfaction. Maraming dulot na magaganda ang customer satisfaction para sa ikauunlad ng restaurant. Pag umunlad ang restaurant, hindi lang ang restaurant ang magkakapera, but also the employee would get an increase to their salaries. Okay. So due to the challenges of finding suitable locations and spaces, some restaurants have no choice but to be inaccessible. So dito naman sa part na ito, due to the challenges, or however some restaurants find it difficult to meet the needs of every disabled person. Dito, dinefine dito kung ano yung mga problemang kakaharapin in order to provide the accessibility to PWDs ng isang restaurant. May mga challenges sa pagbibigay ng accessibilities to PWDs. May mga problemang kakaharapin yung restaurant. Katulad ng wala ng land or wala ng mapagtatayuan ng restaurants na makakapagbigay ng mga kailangan ng PWDs. Kaya ang iba wala ng choice kundi doon na lang sa may second floor, doon na lang sa may second floor magpatayo ng restaurant sa isang mall na merong stair, okay, na merong stair. At yung iba wala silang seats for PWDs. Okay. So si Chayen described 44% of PWDs were not satisfied with the barrier facilities. So even though some of the restaurants in Taiwan already provide PWDs with accommodations and measures that they needed, 44% of them are still not satisfied. It was reported that the floors were slippery. So, ang comment nila doon is, the floors are slippery, the parking lots had limited space, and so on. Okay, moreover, the quality of services offered by staff and employees of restaurants is considered to be one of the factors of customer satisfaction. Okay, so dito sa part na ito, in-explain dito yung parts ng cost. I know this include the factors for customer satisfaction. Kung bakit nagiging satisfied ang isang customer sa serbisyo ng isang negosyo or just like restaurants. This can be determined by examining if the service delivered to them meets their expectations. So, nakasulat dito kung paano nasasatisfy ng isang business, ng isang restaurants ang customer. Okay. Dito naman sa furthermore, according to sa explanation ni Sitham et al. In 1996, understanding what customers expect is the most crucial step in defining and delivering high-quality service. So, dito naman, si Sitham dinefine yung kahalagaan ng customer's expectation sa customer satisfaction. Kung paano nga ba nakakatulong yung pag-meet mo ng customers ng expectation ng iyong customers sa kanilang satisfactions. Okay? This include the serve qual to measure the perceived service quality of restaurant. So when we say serve qual is short term for service quality, the quality service. So if you able to provide your customers with quality service, then it would make them satisfied. Aside from that, si Stevens et al. Stevens et al. Added to the study of serve qual or service with quality. Base naman sa kanya, having knowledge and courtesy in every interaction can build trust with customers. Dito naman, sinare niya ulit kung paano masasatisfy ang mga PWDs on their businesses and the restaurants. So, includes physical facilities, equipment, and appearance of personnel such as wearing appropriate uniforms in the workplace can satisfy PWDs and the customers. Okay. So, dito naman tayo sa recommendations to enhance restaurant preparedness. Ano nga ba yung pwede natin i-recommend para ma-enhance ang ang preparedness for accessibility of a restaurant to PWDs. Sabi ni Covey, accommodating individuals with special needs specifically in restaurants is necessary. Dito naman, in-explain ni Covey ang kahalagahan ng pag-accommodate sa PWDs, especially in a restaurants. However, many still fail to do so effectively. Marami pa rin nabibigong gawin yon. So, there are few recommendations. Nag-share siya ng mga recommendations in order to improve their performance. So, ang recommendations to enhance restaurant preparedness pala, matatagpuan natin sa ating SOP or Statement of the Problems number 5. So, lahat ng subtopic na makikita natin dito sa related literature comes from the SOP or our Statement of the Problems. But those are the expected outcomes. In related literature, those are the related studies or related books that we have gathered that have similarity to our present study. Okay? So, as in, dito, may recommendations. Kaya, ang kailangan nating hanapin na books ay yung magre-recommend din sa atin. Or, also have contents about recommendations to enhance restaurant preparedness. Ganun lang yun. Okay. So, dito, dinefine ni Covey ang kahalagahan ng pag-accommodate for individuals with special needs and kung paano or ano ba yung mga recommendations na pwedeng gawin upang ma-improve yung performance ng staff for restaurant preparedness. So, sinabi niya dito, important to avoid architectural barriers such as stairs, narrow hallways, and heavy doors. Dito naman sa second, it provides braille menus for individuals with visual impairment. So, I already described to you what is braille menus. Additionally, consider using menus with dashboard features to cater to their needs. So those are the recommendations that a business would apply in order to enhance their restaurant's preparedness. Okay, meron pa tayo dito na sinulat ni Pendrell. Stated that running a restaurant is about providing guests with hospitality. The ADA or Americans with Disabilities Act provides enforceable restaurant accessibility guidelines to ensure food service establishments and other businesses offer a hospitable environment to all customers. So, kailangan din nating mag-establish na isang restaurants that would offer hospitable environment to all customers. Therefore, ADA has made several recommendations and suggestions for ensuring accessibility for people with disabilities. So, ang recommendations ng ADA is the entrances and facilities, the ramp, and the floor area. So, yun yung mga recommendations that comes from the ADA or comes from Pendrell. Okay. Another is Pendrell 2023 or the Touch Bistro also added that in terms of accessible restrooms, restaurants must provide at least one accessible restroom for PWDs. Okay. So, base naman kay Pendrell 2023 ng Touch Bistro, kailangan ding ma-access yung restrooms ng isang restaurants para sa mga PWDs. Kailangan ding may kwarto, may separated na kwarto, may separated na banyo for PWDs. Yung may hawakan na, so yung may mga hawakan para sa PWDs with mobility impairments and those with visual impairments. Okay. Yun yung mga recommendations na pwedeng ibigay natin sa isang restaurant para sa their preparedness to access the needs of people with disabilities. Dito naman tayo sa theoretical framework. So, in theoretical framework, kailangan natin maghanap ng theories na angkop sa ating ginawang thesis or study. So, ang angkop dito sa ginawa nating thesis is the theory that comes from the book of Friedrich Held, known as the Ultimate Questions. So, ang theory niya is the customer satisfaction theories which made from 2003. So, dito, ipapakita natin ang ipapakita natin yung similarities ng Turing ito sa ating study. So, ang similarities nito, they are both aimed for customer satisfaction, whatever their characteristics are. So, ang Turing na ito ay nakapaloob sa customer's satisfaction. Ano ang kailangan para ma-satisfy ng isang customer? The perceived quality, the perceived value, the customer expectations, customer complaints, and the customer loyalty. So, the first one is the perceived quality, the perceived value. That could lead to customer satisfaction. After customer satisfaction, there were customer complaints and customer loyalty. Okay. So, you could also get customer satisfaction from the customer expectations. But after that, it could lead to customer complaints and customer loyalty. Why? So, pag na-satisfied mo yung isang tao about your products and services, then you may receive two variables from it. Maybe it's the customer complaints or the customer's loyalty. So, pwede mo nang magreklamo sila o mag-complaints about something, and if you already get that complaints or you already resolve that complaints of your customers, this may lead to their customer loyalty. Okay? So customer satisfaction, this may lead to customer loyalty, which could lead to your business success. Pag loyal yung customer mo sa iyong business, then pagiging successful ito. Dito naman tayo sa conceptual framework. Ang conceptual framework natin are just based from dependent variables. Pag sinabi nating independent, those are the variables that does not actually receive help. They are also known as outcome. So those are the impact of measures to the dining experience and satisfaction of PWDs. Dahil di siya nagdedepende sa kung ano man. Like the recommendations to enhance restaurants, kasi outcome na sila. Ibig sabihin, they are based from the findings of the study. But when we say dependent variable or the input, ito yung PWD's demographic profiles, yun yung hindi pa natin natutukoy. Okay, yun yung problema na kailangan pa ng solusyon. Yung problema na, Okay, so yung problema na nakadepende pa rin sa sagot mo. So, magkaiba sila ng recommendations kasi yung recommendations already given na. Ibibigay mo na lang siya. Pero dito sa input dito sa first box, ito yung mga problema na kailangan mo pang hanapin. Okay? Kailangan mo pang i-identify. Those are the PWD's demographic profiles, the measures and accommodations and satisfaction, strengths and weaknesses of restaurants preparedness. So, hindi mo pa siya nahanap. Kailangan mo pa siya i-identify. That's why they are called as dependent variable. Nakadepende pa sila. Dito naman sa third box, impact of measures, they are already the results or outcomes. Hindi na kailangan ng ano pang sagot. Ang gagawin na lang natin ay mag-conduct ng strategies for that. Like in recommendations, ano ba ang dapat na i-recommend natin? Hindi na sila patanong. Okay? Hindi na sila problema. They just need some highlights in order for them to be expressed. Like, ano ba yung dapat na recommendations na pwede mong i-provide for this study to address the problems on this study. Dito naman tayo sa qualitative approach, which is on the number 2 box. This is the process of data gathering. Ano bang instrument yung kailangan mong gamitin? So, ang instrument natin na gagamitin in order to gather data from the respondents is the qualitative approach through interview questions. Pero dadagdagan natin ito ng qualitative and quantitative, known as the mixed method. Okay, so mali yung box. Kailangan natin dagdagan ng quantitative approach kailangan natin lagyan ng Mixed method, the qualitative and quantitative approach. Interview and survey questionnaire. Okay, so mixed method to. How about the scope and the limitations? Pag sinabi natin scopes and the limitations, ito yung yung basihan kung ano ba yung i-include sa study at hindi i-include sa study. Ano ba ang dapat na isabay natin sa study? So, ang mga isasabay natin, yun yung place kung saan natin gagawin o ikakandak ang study. So, ang place natin is Quezon City, Metro Manila. That's why they are involved on the inclusion criteria or the one that needs to be included in our study. The place, the Quezon City, Metro Manila. Ano pa? Ang isasabay natin is the Kuya J's Restaurants Preparedness for Impaired Customers. So, impaired customers also included to our study. It focuses as well on ensuring the comfort and accessibility of impaired customers. So, lahat na nakasulat dito sa first paragraph ng ating scopes and the limitations are the variables that we need to include on this study. But, pag dito na tayo sa pangalawang paragraph, naka-indicate naman dito kung ano ang limitation ng ating study. Okay? So, ang limitation natin, ang respondents lang natin ay the impaired individuals, wherein other customers, staff, owner, and other sectors of the community are not included as respondents. Di sila kasabay na respondents ng ating study. Di sila magiging kasabay na magiging respondent ng ating study. But we just have to focus for impaired individuals or customers. Their records personally integrated or included. Instead, the percentages are based on the results of the interview questions. Pakidagdag nito ng interview and survey questionnaire po on the results of the interview and survey questionnaire. Okay, survey question. Pwede na yan. Demographic profile of the respondents is included the new demographic profile as well as the measures and accommodations offered. Yun yung mga included sa ating study. Dito naman tayo sa significance of the study. Sino ba ang manginginabang sa research study natin? Siyempre, yung persons with disabilities. Mapapakinabangan nila ito para, okay, so, manginginabang sila dito as they become aware of their rights to protection, safety, and security wherever they are. So, kahit saan sila mapunta, aware sila ng mga karapatan nila bilang PWDs persons. Magkaka-insight sila about their rights and protection, safety, and security. Dito naman tayo sa society or community. Ang pakinabang nito sa society. Okay, so ang pakinabang dito sa society is mapapaunlad dito ang society because PWDs could contribute to the community's success. PWDs can already work and enter education without any barriers. So, kung meron silang trabaho, nakatapos sila ng pag-aaral, malaking ambag yon para sa community, para sa ekonomiya ng bansa. Okay, they would pay taxes too, and they would contribute to the needs of our government. Okay? Kaya, malaking success na din ito for the society and community. Employees and other business staff, manginginabang din ito kasi magiging aware sila ng mga kakulangan nila for PWDs. Malalaman nila yung mga kakulangan nila sa pag-access ng mga pangangailangan ng mga customers nilang may impairments. Dito naman sa future researchers, ang pakinabang nito is pag may researcher na planong gumawa ng topic na kagaya ninyo, ng topic na ito, they could make it as their reference and also guide in order for them to conduct their study too. Magiging reference nila ito, magiging guide nila ito kung paano sila makakagawa ng research na may parehong topic or aims makatulad sa inyo. Okay, so family of PWDs, makikinabang din sila as they would also be aware about the situations of their loved ones who are impaired customers. Okay? On the said restaurants. Definition of terms, define mo lang naman dyan yung mga nakalagay ito sa sa statement of the problems. And okay, next.